Hello, criminal justice enthusiasts, and welcome back to JudgeSim. This is the second playthrough of the game where I am being a somewhat corrupt judge. When people offer me money or threaten my family, I side with them in what they want as far as the law, even if it is illegal. On the other cases, for the most part, I'm being pretty fair on them. If someone in the comments has said something though on a particular case, I will go with what they deemed was proper in it. Alright. Lawsuit against Cohen Ostevik Construction, who died falling from the 15th floor, ongoing construction. Alright, so this case was about whether or not the company should be held liable for this or not. Only iron fences were built around the building construction. There are no signs to deter pedestrians passing near the construction site. Employees have sufficient protective equipment. As a matter of fact, it's been observed that employees who are required to use protective equipment, even if not during work hours, do not use this equipment. There is no safety rope on the scaffolding built around the building to prevent the working teams from falling. All the damage occurred in the upper part because the person hit the ground head first while falling. The brain was critically damaged and the person died instantly. I'm going to find for her, I don't remember what I did in the last time, but the more I've thought about this case, the more I feel like the company needs to make sure that the working environment is safe. And having no barriers up and stuff is an unsafe working environment. And you know what? We're going to go so harsh as the company's operations are suspended. Alright. We were not arrested on our first trial of the day. Always a good start to the day. Okay. Recently, Vinnie Plaus made a report to the police and stated that her husband was violent towards her. The police went to the house where Vinnie Plaus and Valentine lived, checked the situation, and seriously warned a person named Valentine Plaus. Alright, so yeah. We're going to find Valentine. It's weird that the woman's name is Vinnie. Alright, so we're going to go with beating here because you look at her and you know that she's been beaten. Alright, physical assault, beating, 2 or 4 years. Was he a convict before? Yes, he was, so 4 years. There we go. You have a good day, sir. Ma'am, I would suggest spending those 4 years figuring out somewhere else to be away from this guy. Because he's just bad news. Hey, the wife and stuff hasn't asked for anything in a while, which is good, because I'm not buying it for them if they wanted it. Bill passed penalty reduction has arrived for criminals over the 50 years of age. Alright. Oh, if I remember correctly, she's the one that's actually guilty here. I think it's in the evidence, so we need to take a look at the evidence here. But yeah, I believe she's actually the guilty party here, not him. Bit number IP address that made cyber attack in the bank. Alright. 101. Alright, so that's 172. So they're both 172. Then we have 0001. So it's going to be 14. And then 254. Yeah, so it's going to be Jean Isaac that is guilty here. Crime in question is cybercrime. She has not been had a criminal record. So cybercrime. Let's see here. Cybercrimes. 4 years in jail. There we go. He is innocent, not guilty. Yeah, we're at 60%. How did I get to 60%? Is some of my rulings meaning that my arrest record or my because I was at 70% before, I thought. So let's see, 4 years for her in jail. Should check that just to make sure again, because I did sort of talk and lost track of things. All right, yes, 4 years in jail. There we go. Perfect. But I do wonder, did my arrest rating drop because I've made good decisions? If so, that's sort of interesting. I hadn't noticed that in the past, but I never allowed my arrest rating to get up as high as it is right now. We actually have a decent amount of money for once. I always want to keep 750 on hand, just in case I have to bribe the guard again. But hey, we've got $2 grand on ourselves here. Ugh. Alright, so they want these people to go free. Well, first thing I'm going to do before I even worry about them is I'm going to shop for a decorative horse, because I want a decorative horse. So we have the decorative horse. All I need now is that decorative artwork, and we'll get that next time. The way I read this, I mean, whoever wrote this, I'm saying the hillbilly that sort of supports these people evidently needs to work on their grammar a little bit. But that's just a joke here. I understand this game was not made by somebody, I believe, who English is their first language. They're doing a phenomenal job with the game. I'm not criticizing them at all. But I'm just going with that these people here were hillbillies. Don't forget these names. Now, to me, that would say we want them punished. If these people are punished for the crimes they are tried for, you'll have to walk around looking at that shitty ass for the rest of your life. Think of these guys as the center of a city. If the city center disappears, the city also disappears. If the city is destroyed, you will be destroyed too, Judge. Alright, so I'm assuming they want them to go free. So we're going to go not guilty for them. Because as I said, I am going with the letters. That probably raised my rate here a decent amount. High possibility, yep. But we got the success. So we'll go ahead and bribe the, hey, we got our horse there. Perfect. Economic crisis is increasing. As a result of the depression caused by economic crisis, people took to the streets. Government, on the other hand, targeted mafia as responsible for these protests and said it organized people. Alright, so first things first, let's go over here. Let's offer him a bribe. Perfect, I'm down to 55% again. Thank you for the hard work you do for the city. You are great. Alright, so this is about the inheritance here. So I'm going to divide it equally because I'm not judging their beauty. Really, I find it interesting that we have been able to stay out of prison for the most part, even though we are a corrupt judge. Oh boy. Alright, so if you do not find Max Freud guilty, so he is to be found guilty. Inciting hatred and hostility. Now, this was a case that I felt was a bit unique, and this was one I wasn't certain on myself. I didn't like what he had to say. I felt like the evidence was somewhat against him. Let's go ahead and take a look at this evidence. Oh, and it's the worst one, of course. Well, at least it was an easy one this time. Isn't it time to put a stop to this happening? Now is the time to show the power of the people. Let's gather for action tomorrow and show them who's boss. We are gathering for action tomorrow. Now that is not an incitement to violence, but especially with events that have occurred in the recent months and such, I'm sort of one of those people who's sort of annoyed and fed up with the protests as well. Because most people just want to live their lives. They don't want to deal with the different political things going on or different issues from other countries and such. And it's frustrating when people feel that what they care about matters more than people's day-to-day lives. So you know what? They want to find this guy guilty. It sends a statement about protesting, hatred and hostility among the public. Whoop, wrong button. Cybercrimes. Traffic offenses, nope. Citing hatred and hostility among the public. 14 years or 22 years. Have you been convicted of a crime before? Nope. Oh, and you are 63. So, it would be 14 years, but as I learned in the first episode of the second playthrough, I can click on the green part here, and I can go back here. Criminals over the age of 50 should be given half the punishment for their crimes if they have a criminal record. Half of the aggravated sentence should be given. So, his was supposed to be... let's see here again. 14 years, so it'll be 7 years instead. Because they did want him found guilty. Yeah. We're going to go guilty, 7 years in prison. Now, I still am a big believer in free speech, and I don't think he crossed the line. But as I said, I sort of get that people are annoyed with this kind of thing. It is an annoyance anymore. I don't feel like these people are actually changing anything for the positive when they do it. They're just making the other working people's lives harder. And that sort of stinks. You got to be considerate of everybody, not just of yourself. In that way, I feel. Hey, we got a decent amount of money here. Let's withdraw that money. With that, I could buy my painting. You know what? Nope. What? Okay, did not realize that was a thing. So that is a thing there, is if you do not do a certain amount of the request, you lose your sanity, and that will punish you. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is go outside, go to the bar. Now, I was told that this system was not supposed to work the way that I had it work. So I'm going to buy a whiskey here, which is 30 bucks. But I was told that, now, see, this is the way it's supposed to work. If I drank multiple times, it starts to hurt my mental health. So, that is a thing. Got to be aware of that. I also wonder, if I just ignore her, what happens? Alright, so that's what happens. Yeah, I'm just ignoring her. How's my mental health? Ooh, 15%. Not good. Alright. He's insane. Let's see the evidence here. Don't remember this one off the top of my head, but I think he is guilty of it. But that means he goes to the asylum. The mental health there. I hope that by doing it the way I did, she just isn't waiting for me to make a decision the next week. Because if so, I sort of got messed up on that one. I should have just told her no. Hopefully her demand is gone. Because otherwise, that's going to stink for me. I'm more curious about the mental health thing than I am about any of this other stuff. Alright. Let's see here. Bruises from the assault. Yeah, he did this, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah. He assaulted her basically because she refused to help him. Which somebody isn't entitled to just demanding help like that. So, he was mentally ill. He goes to the insane asylum. Now let's hope that her demand is still there. Okay, her demand has gone away. Okay, good. Because otherwise I was going to be like, really? That's pretty messed up. Because I shouldn't have to suffer from that twice. Can I go back out now and get a drink? Yes, I can. Alright, so I can improve my mental health 1 drink per night. But yeah, as I said, I got a message, I believe it was in the first video or second video I did in this series, the first playthrough, because I drank a lot of whiskey in one night and improved my mental health. And I was told that wasn't the way it was supposed to work. This is the way it's supposed to work. You can have 1 drink, but after that, it will start to actually hurt your mental health. The fact that that icon is there, I think is a bug. I don't think it's supposed to be there. Yeah. Alright, we're good. Probably what I should have done is just actually avoided skipping over her issue there. Is this the 3rd case of the week or the 2nd case? I think this is the 3rd case. In which case, I don't have enough money for it. Did I spend that much money already? Darn it. How much money do I have? Where did my money go? Did I actually pay for what she wanted in the end? Alright, that seems like there was a glitch there because I didn't lose that much money. Multiple planned murder. In the last 6 months, reports of missing women and children. Alright. Let's make sure the evidence in this case, but I believe he was guilty. That set's done. Sort of upset about that glitch though, because I lost all my money there and I wanted to buy that artwork. I'm also upset because if I needed to use him for bail here, some relief, I don't have it now. Yeah. We're finding him guilty. Multiple planned murder. Homicide, right there at the top. Multiple planned murder, 30 or 60 years. Is he a criminal? No, he is not, so he gets 30 years. Yeah, this is glitched. Definitely is glitched, which is unfortunate. And I actually just realized I actually have gone over for this particular video. I was supposed to have stopped the previous week. My apologies for that. we'll go ahead and end this week out here. Oh, so I can't get the whiskey this night. Alright, let's go ahead and end this day. Okay, well, we have the next one here, which is a good one too. So, I had wondered what happened with this as well. There's a knocking on the door. If we look through the hole, we don't see anyone there. Let's go ahead and open the door and see what happens. A note was left in an envelope containing $500. Thank you for everything, Judge. I owe you my life. Wow. So, all right. Now you know. You want to open the door the second night. The second time you have a knock on the door. Wow, that helped me out quite a bit there. I've got the money. All right, so this case is that she lied. So he's not guilty. It's a very sordid case. Let me just make absolutely sure. Yeah, so basically, Ellen here, we'll just have her testify. Your stepfather said it never happened. What do you think about that? So, she's claiming he did inappropriate things to her. I won't go into the details of it, but her story's going to change here in a minute. I never expected anything like this from my stepfather, and you realize that it's a very serious accusation, don't you? If your stepfather is found guilty, he will be punished severely. How much punishment will my stepfather receive? If what you say is true, he could go to prison for life. What? For life? I actually lied. My stepfather did nothing like that to me. I just wanted my real father to live with us. What do you mean? Did you slander your stepfather so that your real father would come back? Yes, I thought if I did this, my real father might come back. I am sorry. Yeah, so we'll keep these two numbers in mind here. So we're at 70%. We're going to find him not guilty, though, because his stepdaughter lied. Now, he could come back to court the next week for child abuse because, I mean, I'm not sure I would find him guilty if he did discipline that child for nearly having him put in prison for life. She needs to be disciplined. Personally, I'd send her to a boarding school in Siberia or someplace, you know. She needs to learn a lesson. But that's just me. Alright. We haven't been arrested in a while, which is a nice thing. Your wife says her mother was hospitalized and $4,500 is needed for it. I don't have $4,500. Eesh. Yeah, I don't have $4,500. Can I improve my mental health? No, I can't. I'm going to need to hold on to my money because, yeah, that's going to become a problem in a hurry here for me. And as I said, I lost a decent chunk of money, like $2,000 there that I didn't mean to lose. So that is not a good thing at all. But my mental health is about as bad as it can get without me going to the insane asylum. I'm needing to have money for the bailiff in case I need something there. So, yeah, the pressures are mounting here. Being a bad judge is definitely harder than being a good judge, actually. Ironic as that is. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. If you enjoyed the episode, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all again for more of JudgeSim.